This episode brought to you by the Belmont.
Coming up on the show, we have a leaderboard update, an opportunity to customize the Wheel of Tomfoolery, and more showdown mode. All that and more starts right now. We're bucking around, kinda live on Twitch.
Welcome back to Buckin' Around, everybody, your one-stop shop for everything buck hunters need to know. I'm Callum Fletcher, joined as always by Mike Colesworthy.
Hello.
And in the production blind, we have David Gonzalez.
How's it going, guys?
Our social media manager, Jess, is going to be unfortunately not with us today as she's tending to her sick child.
Yeah.
As we've said, this is somewhat of a different episode. We're pre-taping it, so I think everyone's actually going away this week.
That's right, I'm not actually here. I'm a hologram, just like Tupac.
Whoa. Ambitious.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, actually, by the time you're viewing this, I will be on my way to San Francisco, which I believe, David, you'll be on your way to San Francisco too.
Yeah, I sure will.
Yeah.
What are you doing in San Fran?
I'm actually officiating a wedding, my third one for friends.
Oh, really? I'm actually going to a wedding too. Do you think it's probably the same? And a good one?
Nah.
No, not the same wedding.
Different events.
Yeah.
It's embarrassing to know either of you. So lame.
So, Callum,
But I digress.
where are you right now?
I'm actually right here on the show.
How did you do that?
Time travel. And while we're time traveling, let's take a look back at last week's episode.
Yeah.
Last week, we had an awesome shootout. Well, I had an awesome shootout. Mike had a shootout.
It was a shootout.
And we had joined by the Van Humesons for an awesome interview. Really heartfelt, really emotional.
Yeah, it gave me the warm and fuzzies. It was very nice. Yeah.
Now, speaking of the warm and fuzzies, I think they gave you a little something left over.
That's true, yeah. Scott reached out to me yesterday. He was embarrassed to have forgotten one photo to share of his big buck family. So we're going to go ahead and put that up right now. This is Samantha Intrieri and her newborn daughter, Frankie. Isn't she cute?
Oh, she's adorable.
Very cute. So, there you have it.
I think we're wrapped up with last week, so
Yeah.
let's get into this week's. Mike, can you lead us into the qualifier check-in?
Yes. Let's talk numbers real quick, people. Last week we had 1,625 hunters all around the world vying for one of those World Championship qualifier spots. This year, we've done it. We've crested 1,800. That's 1,800, yes.
Crested.
Yes.
I'm more impressed by the use of the crested.
Thank you. I'm very smart.
When was the last time you heard anyone say crested?
I hear it all the time because I'm an intellectual and I hang out with smart
Whoa. Blow. Jeez, Mike.
yeah. Simultaneous beer sip.
Yeah.
We are very, very close to hitting that 2,000 mark. I would say that we're safely going to get there by this time next week.
Yeah, I'm hoping so.
Yeah.
With the jumps between each episode, you'd think so.
We've got a big weekend coming up. Summer's here, so people are out there enjoying it.
All right. Well, speaking of the qualifiers, let's get into these main leaderboards.
Let's dive right in, shall we? Let's talk about America, main leaderboard, skill-based qualifiers. Ryan Hodgson, James Kennington, Derek Tower holding down first, second, and third place. No change since last week.
But we are seeing the Garver, the Garver family, the Garver, everything about them. They're
Yeah,
claiming their stake. It's Austin, Texas.
that's right.
They're from Texas.
Home turf.
Home turf, exactly. So
Yeah,
they're
man.
rising up. We've got Matthew Garver coming in at fourth place with Cress Exberger dropping down one spot down to fifth.
That's right. Yeah, I think Matthew Garver is definitely making his presence known. There's a lot of scattering happening once you get beyond that fourth place spot. Andrew Moskowitz goes down a couple spots. Scott Van Humeson down a little bit. Yeah, I mean,
I think that there's a trend. This leaderboard seemingly is everyone going down.
Yeah, I mean, not everyone, but yeah, when somebody new kind of explodes onto the board like that, it throws the rest of it into disarray. So let's hop over to the wild card, shall we?
Now we're seeing this one fill up a little bit more, but nonetheless, those top three are still the same.
Yep.
Jubilee, Saranillo. Keep in mind, everyone at home is Jub Jub.
Yeah, I'm excited to meet Jub Jub should she nab one of these wild card spots. What else we have going on here? Tom Martin, our guy who famously has been competing in the ladies' tourney, holding on to 18th place there, took a little bit of a dip. Shirley Ann McMurtry, she's been all over the place, holding it at 12th.
And this leaderboard is going to keep fluctuating as we see more and more players reaching out. It's been slowly filling up over the last few weeks. We've still got about 15 players to go on this leaderboard. So while we let this one fill up, let's go on over to Australia.
Yeah. Heading over down under to the main leaderboard for Australia.
Now, this is interesting.
Yes.
This is big. The top 9,
No movement.
no movement whatsoever.
No up, down, anything. These guys are exactly in the same place as they were last week. Until you get to 10th place, Kudu Hallis, which I have the hardest time telling whether or not to make these names red. Kudu, of course, is one of the animals in the game. Is it an Australian name for a person? Maybe.
Now, Wazabiz and that guy Bry, I think those might
Probably not.
probably belong in the red.
As much as I would love to meet a guy and for him to be like, good, I am Wazabiz. Probably not going to happen. Courtney McLaughlin takes a little bit of a slide this week. She's one of our pre-qualified players from the Australian boat tournament.
Can I just say, it's actually, you're incredibly lucky how good your accent is in Australia. Otherwise, you'd be so insulting every week
I'm
that
sure
you do these
I've gotten
impressions.
compliments, but I'm sure that it's not that good. Anyway, yeah, Australia, you got joke names. Let's fix that, guys.
But we're going to send it on over to the wildcards. And as we've said in the previous episodes, we've got 3 players that seemingly are competing for these first 3 spots in the main. In the wildcard, we've got 2 players who are also in the first one, but we've got Renee and Mick Hesser going head-to-head constantly for this wildcard spot. And
the other important detail here, do not adjust your television set. There is no movement whatsoever on the Australian wildcard leaderboard. I guess
it's a weird week. It's a weird week.
Like a pond in the outback. It's just sitting still.
Where is that a thing? Is that an actual expression, or did you just make that up?
It's not. I'm sorry.
Speaking of insulting.
Okay.
All right, going to Canada. Guys, Drew Baldock, who is no longer reluctantly Drew Baldock. He has found himself. He is confident. He is a new man. And he's sitting in on the top spot still.
That's right. Yeah, him and Brennan Dogger-Walk are staying steady, along with Cole Thomas in third place.
Top 3. They're not moving.
Something about the top 3s this week. Yeah, people have really been defending those spots.
But those red names, of course, mean they're invalid, so get those names changed over as soon as possible. But we're seeing a lot of downward movement on this. There's a few up arrows, and everyone else is down.
Yeah. I mean, you can still see our boy Neil Rage Davidson fighting to hang on to it there. I think he slipped maybe a spot or 2 from last week. Tegan Muir definitely having a hard time, slipped all the way to 20th.
Now,
I'm worried about her.
I'm sure they'll show up. I'm sure I don't think they'll miss the party after last year. But I'm super excited to get into the ladies' leaderboard. Can we just switch it on over?
Yeah, let's head on over to the ladies.
Now, this is exciting. This
is gosh.
As we're talking about the Garver dynasty.
Yep.
And here we have it. Not only did Melinda unseat Samantha, Lindsay has shown up, and she has unseated Melinda.
Yep. Lindsay kicked in the door. She said, "Melinda, your time in the spotlight is over. I'm taking first spot in the main leaderboard." Man, the Garvers are serious players.
And what's even more exciting about this whole movement that's been going on is Samantha is seemingly before now it was Melinda, Samantha, Melinda.
Yep.
Now we've got Lindsay at first. But we've also got Kylie coming in at third.
That's right. Yeah, you can't talk about famous big buck families without talking about the Hodstons, obviously. So Kylie Hodgson making a big move this week into third place. Who else do we have here? Let's see.
We've got Christy Carroll moving on up. She's climbing the ladder, and that's, of course, Skippy Towers, our previous World Championship hunting partner down in St. Louis.
Yep.
We've got some movement. Julia Wilmot slipping a few ranks, heading down to 17th. Christina Eddy going down with her. But with that, we're seeing some rising all over the place, such as Anhana Mohanty, who I'm not familiar with. Might be a new face.
I think this is her first week on the leaderboard. So, yeah, that's a new name. I don't know who Anhana is, but again, excited to meet all these new people.
And she's with a very talented batch of ladies. That top 10 is stacked.
It is. Yeah, there's a lot of competition happening here. And as I said last week, as the tournament progresses, the ladies' tourney stays open for the entirety of qualifying season. This is only going to get crazier.
And I was super excited to be able to show everyone this Lindsay Garver and Samantha Intriari update. But what I think I'm most excited for is going into the wildcards.
Yes.
There's one name we're missing.
Yeah.
Tom Martin.
Tom Martin has seemingly figured it out. Tom Martin.
Nope. Something we might have missed previously. We've missed it in every look through before.
Tom! Oh,
Tom Martin is
damn
sitting
it, Tom.
at 19th place.
yeah. I mean, he has gone down, so maybe he's not playing anymore, and that's just, he's going to slowly float away like Jack at the end of Titanic. But I'm sorry, Tom. I don't want you to die. I just want you to start playing in the World Championship, not the ladies' tourney. Please.
Going from that incredibly interesting analogy,
Yeah.
we've got some movement on this board as with the other ones. Now, this is actually something that's a little more intense. We've got the entire top 18 par 2 names.
Yep.
3 names who have moved.
Yeah, shifting around. Yeah, Shirley Ann McMurtry is definitely fighting to hold on to that first spot, taking it from Rhonda Doyle. Christina Eddy has slipped a little bit here. Who else do we have?
Julia Wilmot's going down, but again, there's so many of these players that are World Championship competitors that they're trying to balance 2 tournaments, and that's tough.
Yeah.
But the prize money at the end of the day might make it a little worthwhile, right?
That's true. And look at 14, 15, and 16. We have Kirsten, and Kristen.
Interesting. I haven't seen that one.
Yeah.
But all right, let's send it over to the Rank Play Top 50. If you can bring that one up. Another big update.
Yeah.
CJE and RAR back in,
Back
2 and 3.
together. The buddy cop can continue. The buddy cop movie can continue. CJE, RAR, back together.
And of course,
I don't know how else to say.
Of course, Ryan. And of course, we've got Ryan Hodgson sitting at the top. We've got movement all over this board. Keep in mind, number 8, invalid name. Everyone with a red name on this page, do us a favor, get your names changed. Get those over to your legal IDs. There's some downward movement from some really top-tier players in this board right now that I'm seeing. Danny Arbuckle, one of the most notable ones, Christina Eddy, Federico Reed. Yeah. But again, I think it's because those players are putting so much effort into the World Championship qualifiers.
Yeah, yeah. And Scott Van Humison, we were talking about him earlier today when we were going over all these boards. Barely hanging in there at 50th place. At one point, the word dingleberry came up. I'm not going to... You know what? I said it. Oops. Scott, keep trying, buddy. I know that your focus is divided right now at the World Championship. You can do it. I do want to bring attention.
Oh, okay.
41st. Ryan Reynolds. I don't know whether to make this name red or not because
it's the man.
You think it's Deadpool himself.
It's the Deadpool. It only
Ryan
makes
Reynolds.
sense. If Deadpool were to play a game, tell me it wouldn't be Big Buck.
It would probably be Big Buck. Yeah, I mean, hey, if this is the Ryan Reynolds, welcome to the party, man. Can't wait for you to be there. It's going to be awesome.
And this is an open invitation, I think, to make him an official male trail guide.
Yes. You know what? Everybody
Just a
go
thought.
go ahead and
Just a
tweet to
thought.
whatever Ryan Reynolds' official Twitter account is. Congratulations on your new job as a male trail guide. Yeah. You know, I just... Some of these names really throw me for a loop. I don't know whether they should be read or not. I try to do the best I can.
And Mike, I think that's all we ask of you.
Thank you. Thank you. I try my best.
Going from that,
Yeah.
let's move on to segment 2. I want to bring out our secret weapon when we can.
Mm-hmm.
Now, a few episodes ago, we brought out the Wheel of Tomfoolery
Yes.
for an incredible tournament that we had in-house.
Mm-hmm.
Well, guess what, guys?
It is back by popular demand. Coming back, I should say, next week, and this time with a twist. Our fate is in your hands.
Yeah, so that wheel actually is naked if you
Yeah,
can
there's
eagle eye it.
nothing on it. You may have noticed that. It's been in the background of some of our gameplay cams and things like that. This is an opportunity, really,
Well, for what?
for you to customize the Wheel of Tomfoolery and put your own challenges on.
That's right, guys. So submit your ideas to really any of our social medias, to any social medias for that matter, with the hashtag MyWOTF. Again, that's my hashtag MyWOTF. And what that'll... My what? Guys, keep the challenges that you've liked from the past or bring in brand new ones that we haven't seen. Just do us a favor and try not to maim, injure, destroy, burn, punish,
Kill. Just
am I missing
yeah,
anything?
Don't kill us.
Just keep it kind of friendly. We're okay with doing the painful stuff like the habaneros and the umeboshi plums. Ugh, God forbid. But I think at the end of the day, we are reserving the right to veto
That's right.
any of these incredibly painful ones. I know Federico messaged me and suggested we do a Carolina Reaper.
Not going to happen. Sorry.
Yeah, exactly.
That is the hottest pepper in the world as far as
right
I
off
know
the
right
bat.
now.
It's not happening.
The habanero was unpleasant,
Yeah,
to
well.
say the least.
I am so thrilled I vetoed that one.
When people asked me to describe what that was like, I think my words were, you eat it, and it's not immediately like, ooh, spicy. It's like you eat it, it hits your insides, and you're just filled with infinite sadness.
Infinite sadness. What an excellent description.
Yeah.
But again, guys, just tweet your ideas. You post them on Instagram, send them to us on Facebook, however it may be. Just use the hashtag MyWOTF.
Yeah. We'll be looking at those for the next week or so, and populating the wheel with the ones that we like. But speaking of using social media, I think it's time for the Buckshot of the Week. What do you think, Callum?
Let's get into it.
All right. So as Callum said at the top of the show, Jess is not with us today. She's taking care of her little one. So I went ahead and scoured the internet for anyone using hashtag BuckHunter, and I found this one, and I just love it. And I think I was really drawn to it by just the genuine joy on this lady's face. I mean, she's got her shades on. Future's so bright, you got to wear shades. This is common stuff for, a professional buck hunter player. You can make a lot of money doing this.
Yeah, and speaking about big bucks, this week's sponsor slate is brought to you by the Belmont, the home of the 2016 Big Buck World Championship.
That's right. The Belmont is Austin's premier concert venue / event space, and as Callum said, the host of the 2016 Big Buck World Championship.
It's situated on the west end of legendary 6th Street in the party capital of Texas. So what better place than to host the 2016 World Championship?
Yeah, I think it's a perfect fit. And honestly, it's an honor to work with the same venue that has played host to acts like Prince, Ziggy Marley, Paramore, all kinds of big names.
Yeah, and so I hope by all means you guys do whatever you can, planes, trains, and automobiles, to join us in Austin, Texas, November 4th and 5th for this year's 2016 Big Buck World Championship.
Yeah, excellent place to be.
And if you're interested in sponsoring a future episode, reach out to us at the email that's on your screen right now, sponsorship@playmechanics.com. If you want to see Mike and I do some silly stuff, promote your personal business, or just say hello to a friend. At the end of the day, whatever it wants to be, as long as it's not too punishing. Again, just
be nice.
Be nice to us, guys. Sponsorship@playmechanics.com. But going from there, why don't we just send it on over to the gameplay cam? Get ready for some showdowns.
All right, yeah, let's do this.
Squeeze right on in front of you.
There.
And Mike, why don't you get ready to play and get going on? Now, hold on. I don't know if we want to do this again. Mike, can you go through another one of these?
I can't, Callum. I can't. I learned a lot last episode, not the least of which was that despite having worked on Big Buck HD for a long time, I still have much to learn. So with that in mind, I've decided to bring in a ringer for this week.
Okay.
Grimjaw Jackjaw himself, Joe Seawick, our head of QA and web admin. Come on down, Joe.
Now that is a strategy and a half.
Yes. Welcome to the show. Good to have you. Good to have you. So go ahead and walk us through some showdown here. We're just going to pick your brain a little bit while you play.
All right. Let's see if we can find a match.
Yeah, let's do this. You know what my favorite part of this thing is, Callum?
You don't have to play?
One, I don't have to play. Two, none of the people who are actually going to be playing in Showdown with us are going to know that it wasn't us until they watch this on Thursday.
Well, it's going to be noticeable.
Yeah.
It's definitely going to be noticeable. Joe, do you think you're one of the best players in the house here?
I'm up there. Obviously, Logan is one of our programmers. He is definitely a quality player. He took me down in our in-house challenge on stream, unfortunately. Along with that, I would definitely put Joe Lilliman, one of our artists, environmental designers, up there. Been several kind of in-house tournaments. When we do the World Championship qualifier, the World Championship bracket tourneys, we always do a little in-house as a demo, as a test, to make sure everything's running smoothly. And several years, it's been me and Lilliman, two Joes running head-to-head.
Something about the name Joe.
It's natural big buck hunters.
Yeah.
Now, player 2, Game Over Arcade in Lincoln City. I don't really know where Lincoln City is, but I know there's a hell of a lot of good competition out of Oregon.
Yeah, that's true, yeah. Oh,
Mesa.
we have a name, Mesa.
Mesa. That doesn't really help me at all either, but nonetheless, I'm excited to see what you can do, Mesa.
Yeah, let's see. Are we going to have somebody in player 3, player 4 spot?
All right, Joe, so you're arguably one of the best in-house. Now, if you were to make a run at the World Championship, let's just say you could compete, where do you think you would place? Where do you think you'd end up?
I'd hope to place in at least the top half, maybe top 16, but there's a lot of good competition in there. A lot of dedicated players who probably know the sites a lot better than I do at this point.
Okay.
And you've been coming to the World Championships for just about as long, if not as long, as I have. So, you know the players as well as we do. Do you have any that you would kind of put your money on, so to speak, this year?
Let's see. For the main World Championship, you know, I'd always love to see an international player, one of the Aussies, step up. Bill Hulke from last year had a great showing. I was really rooting for him.
Yeah, that was awesome. He's my guy this year.
Bill Hulke.
Yeah.
Now,
Well.
you mentioned one of the foreign players. Now, it's no secret that the Canadian scene is small but growing. It's
True.
thriving.
Yeah.
Do you think there's a place at the top for a Canadian player this year? Or do you think they've got a little bit of work to go
I
first?
think they've probably got a little bit of work. There's, you know, I hate to say there's been a lot of talk out of them, but, you know, last year they only placed, I think, middle of the road, you know, 35th, 36th, the pair of them. And, you know, that's not a really great showing, you know.
A showing
Not trying to
nonetheless.
put them down. I mean,
You never
just
know.
getting to the
Make-
qualifier, getting
make-
through
I was gonna
that,
say, making
and
it
to the
there.
championship, that's a big deal. But
Yeah.
I'm sure they were hoping for more. I
This-
definitely want to see them continue to be contenders, but
At the end of the day, it's not an insult. It's a call for more practice.
it's true.
Sure, yeah.
And they have been putting up a lot of practice.
Yeah, they've been playing, especially those guys at the top, Drew Baldock and
Holy cow.
Dogger. They've been
Several,
grinding.
What, million points? Is
That's
that
in-
where they're at now?
That's insane. They definitely came in early and set the bar high right away.
Yeah.
And they're continuing to run with it. They're not letting go.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't either if it was a party to Austin, Texas, right?
Yeah. So it looks like our record is in good hands.
Yeah, for now.
For now,
For now.
maybe.
For now.
Don't
I've
say
seen you
anything
do
yet.
very
Okay,
well.
I don't want to jinx it. I don't want to jinx it.
So going back to kind of the ladies tournament then, there are a lot of good ladies out there. I would definitely like to see one of the Aussie ladies come through in that regard, but they're not invited back for that this year, unfortunately.
And it seems our top two contenders for the World Championship, two of our four contenders for the World Championship, potentially could be girls. We've already got one
Yeah.
guaranteed, Courtney McLaughlin.
Yeah.
I'd love to
Now-
see a lady pull away with the World Championship.
And Renee Brooks is contesting that other spot.
Yeah.
So we might have two females from Australia coming over, but as you said, having a female win the World Championship in general, and even better if they won the World Championship and the ladies.
Yeah.
They're not in the ladies this year, remember?
Not Australia, I'm just saying a lady in general.
True.
If
Yeah.
a lady were to take home both tournaments
Yeah.
and walk away with
It's a record
25,000.
amount of record amount of money right there.
Could you, what'd you do this weekend? Oh, you know. Just
I
won a
just-
world championship and pocketed $25,000.
Yeah.
No
MVP.
big, no big deal. Whatever.
So
Chump change.
for an actual lady on the current qualifiers, you know, we've got a new Nauman, right?
That's true, yeah. Christina Roynich, formerly Christina Roynich, is now Christina Nauman. Congratulations to you guys. We talked a little bit about that in the last episode, but yeah, it would be awesome to see a Nauman take
I
take the
think
podium,
they're
so to speak.
definitely due for a championship win, I would say.
I'd say so, yeah. Now, when you're playing, Joe, I noticed that on some animals you seem to go straight for the headshot, some you go for the heart. How do you discern which one you're going to go for?
It definitely depends on the size of the animal. Some of them certainly have a bigger head to go after. Whitetail, definitely harder to hit in the head. It also depends on, you know, just where the animal's coming from, what angle you can get on them.
Sure, yeah.
What's your favorite animal, Joe?
I'd have to say wildebeest.
Wildebeest.
Okay. And why?
It's just one of those animals that's fun to shoot. They kind of got a big dopey head.
A big dopey head. You heard it here
Yeah.
first from Joe Seeley.
Yeah.
Just shoot them all day long, and the trail guide doesn't hurt
Oh,
either
go
for
out.
wildebeest.
Now, okay,
Oh,
so
that's right. It comes down to trail guide
There it
preferences.
is.
Yeah, there you go.
the real question is, what's your favorite animal of all big buck games?
Oh. Going back into history here.
There's a couple of good ones in
Time
Safari,
travel episode.
Outback. Out of World, I would definitely probably say bison. Bison's a great big animal to shoot.
Yeah.
You know, generally the big animals are just more fun to shoot. You know, whitetail kudu, they're harder to hit. Kind of get frustrated if you're going after them and you miss one and break your 45 streak.
Yeah, they're real springy. That's the word that I keep seeing on the Buck Hunters page.
Oh yeah, if you're watching that, the current qualifier whitetail deer only, Sorry, people. Sorry, it wasn't my call, but I did select those sites.
Oh. You can direct all of your hate mail to Joe.
P.O. Box, Grimjaw Jackjaw. I think you're leading the pack right now, correct?
Yeah, I think our record
is safe.
here.
Was I far enough ahead that I could just not play the bonus?
Ooh, that's the question. I wish I could end up in that place someday.
It's all right, Mike. A little more practice. We'll get there.
The bonus games are always what get me, and I like.
What is it that...
I love the idea of the bonus games. I just have the hardest time with like all of these multiple targets.
What is it that throws you off?
I don't know. I think there's so much to shoot that I get too excited.
Okay, so you're just kind of all over the place.
Yeah.
All right, another moment of truth. I didn't see the score before going into this. I'm pretty sure we're
Pretty
comfortably,
generous.
pretty
Yeah,
comfortably
yeah,
ahead.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
well,
double
that
perfect
double
for
Scott with the
Yeah.
double perfect. I don't know if 600 points is enough to bring him back, but
It was enough for you last week, wasn't it?
don't. Why would you?
Well played.
Why would you bring that up,
Yeah,
Joe?
Joe wins by 2,000 points. That is awesome. Thank you,
Oh!
Joe, for making us look good here at the Internet Bar. Much appreciated.
We're talking about that later, Joe. Do me a favor, though, for now. Join us behind the bar
Yeah, come on
for
back, come
our
on back.
goodbyes. Arrivedercis. What other words am I missing for goodbye?
Adios.
Adios. That's the next one. All right, guys. It's been an awesome...
Das Vidania.
Das Vidania.
Das
Das
Vidania.
Vidania.
Das Vidania. Guys, it's been a pleasure having you on Buckin' Around. My name is Callum,
I'm Mike.
I'm Grimjaw.
And I'm David.
and we are the cast and crew of Buckin' Around. Make sure you join us next week, Thursday, 7 p.m. Central Standard, right here on twitch.tv/BigBuckHD. Make sure you share it, all the love, on your social media channels that are listed down below. And do us a favor, use hashtag MyWOTF to give us some suggestions for the Wheel of Tomfoolery tournament. We'll
Yeah.
see you guys next week. Have a good one.
Have a good night.